Oh, came back from the Mile High, and
All bad if you're a short king.
yeah, and it was a lot of disappointment, especially on this show, man. I got, man, I was sad. I went over on the show here, and I just gotta talk about it, man. It was, and on some favorites too, man. Um, yeah, rough outing. Um, but yeah, let's just recap real quick so we get that shit out of the way and move on to this next card. But UFC Denver, man, man, you at least got one win. You went 1-3, minus 1.95 units. And the one you did get right was Jasmine Judavicius at plus money, plus 105. So solid call there. And then the ones that we miss here is Van parlay with C-Rod, which is the two bets I had separately. Took a big L's there. Ponzinibbio and Rose. Rose did win, but Ponzinibbio, some people say
I think he got played on that one.
Yeah, I was on Ponzinibbio as well, and I was like, man, that kind of sucks. But it's part of the game, that happens all the time. So it's like, fuck, that's just part of it. Especially with the favorite, it's always sweaty, man.
Yeah.
And then your last one was Dober by KO at a big plus money here, but Dober put up a good fight, but got fucked up.
He got his ass kicked. Man, John Silva's for real.
Yeah, that fool, short notice, elevation, one weight up. Like, he didn't give a fuck. But the weird thing is, like, and a lot of people get annoyed is him, like, trying to dap up people all the time. Like in the middle of the fight, like, just, like, constantly dapping people up, like, smiling and doing too much positive, like, overly positive, So, did we lose you there? I think you're frozen ocean there.
Yo,
I can hear you now, but I can. Oh, you're back. You back.
That shit. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, but did you hear me about
that's dapping him up?
Oh yeah, yeah. About John Silva, man, just like he was dapping him up the whole time, like too overly doing it, bro. Like, which is fucking with people, but maybe that's the advantage he has, bro.
I think he just does that. I think he was just doing that fight because against Jourdain, they were just going at it. He was just chasing him down the whole time. But maybe he just had a lot of respect for Dober because Dober he's a vet in the game. You know what I'm saying? He's been doing it. But yeah, he's for real. What else was the Short Kings was all bad. I thought Van was on his way to win a close decision, but man, Charles Johnson, he's on a streak right now. It's his third fight in a row, and he's problems. That height at 125, if he can do that like every fight, he's for sure. Like, he could be a champ easily.
Yeah, he's been definitely proving me wrong, especially in that division. It's pretty wide open. So he's definitely a well-rounded guy and proven to be so. And then for me, just to recap, since we kind of already did, I did miss all three of those: Van, C-Rod, and Ponzinibbio. My fourth one was Frem got dominated, bro. That was just a bad look. Yeah, Josh Frem was no good, no bueno whatsoever. Like, how you get up against Fluffy, but then this time you can't do nothing, just smush.
That wrestling, man.
That's Smush Parker. But yeah, man, we got to bounce back here, and I know I'm saying that, but that was a rough one for me. I mean, I had a big card. I still lost. I didn't lose as much as that, but it was still the only one I really got right. That was a easy call for me at the end when I started putting money on it was Rose, especially after that weigh-in about like the hair cutting of Tracy Cortez, the crying about it, like fighting the ball chick after that, like all this stuff going on, bro. Like that's too much. That's not positivity. Like the way she was crying was just like she finally felt like her emotions come out after overcoming like challenges and obstacles. It's like over here when Rose the whole time she's ready. She's just not even worried about anything else other than she's just been trying to fight. Like, and usually I'm not a big fan of Rose like to that level. I know she is a Hall of Famer, future Hall of Famer. But
no, yeah, Rose, man, like that's a good weight for her. I guess she's getting more comfortable at that weight. Tracy still was like live, or at least she tried. You know what I'm saying? She lasted the whole round, all 5 rounds. She got dropped in the first. Took the fight short notice, rough weight cut. So I mean, shout out to her. But it just shows you his levels. Like that's her first time she fought like a champion for real. So it's very levels terrible to this shit. So now it's interesting what they're gonna do with Rose. She said she wants the title, but I feel like they should give her Macy Barber. just because that was the fight that was supposed to happen. I think she handles Macy Barber too.
Oh yeah, Macy Barber is just like tries to go brute force with it, like that's kind of her style, brute force only. But yeah, man, we'll just move forward here. Fuck that card, and we're about to go back. It's my girl is on here, Werner with the V.
Rob Schneider.
Hey, Rob's brother. But yeah, we're gonna start at the bottom because she is the main eventer in this card.
Yeah, she's a favorite too. It's crazy.
Which is crazy. But yeah, we got starting out here. First fight of the card: Muhammad Usman against Thomas Peterson. Decent opening. Remember, this is in the Apex. This is UFC Vegas 94, so we're back in the smaller cage. But these are starting to become more and more limited. So it's good to kind of see how it changes things, especially with the new gloves, right? Like, is this the first Vegas event since the new gloves? Like, as far as like in the small cage Apex? I'm
not sure.
I think so because they just premiered the new gloves not too long ago. But yeah, man, we got Usman here. He's the little brother, right?
Yeah,
the younger brother, but he's still not that young. 35 years old. We got Thomas Peterson, 29 here. And you got Usman as the favorite. Looks like on here he's minus 150 or so. And Thomas Peterson's about plus 125. Yeah, man. I mean, what do you got on these guys? You're an Usman fan, right?
Nah. Fucking Usman, he's always like, I don't know, he's a sketchy-ass fight. I thought his last fight he lost, but I thought he won, right? Or what did he win?
Yeah, last fight here it was against Mick Parkin.
Yeah. It was
lost by decision.
That was a close fight. Yeah, so it's sketchy with Usman, but I'm going to just go with him anyways. Should be a pick'ems.
Yeah, I do kind of agree with that part here. And then we got Thomas Peterson, 8-2. He's also lost his last fight, but he's more of a knockout guy. He's not going to grind it out as much. But his loss was, for some people, kind of sketch, like myself. Jamal Pogues was the last time by decision. I mean, Pogues has skill, but he doesn't have the work ethic, it seems like, and that's what people's hold up. And then before that, like the level of competition, he's dominated all the guys that are pretty much ass. But when it came up to, like, he fought in the LFA Waldo Cortez Acosta, who's also on the UFC roster, he lost as well and got finished in the third round. So that is interesting. And this is a great matchup. I don't love anything on this. Right now, I'm leaning towards Thomas Peterson at the plus money. But at the same time, like, I think Usman is rightfully the favorite. But like you said, it should be closer to pick'ems, like minus 110, minus 120 type of favorite if he is. So I think the value is going to be on the dog here. But the styles are so similar. Usman's going to grind him out on the cage. He's going to, probably throw some looping shots. Whereas I think Peterson's going to be more crisp on the striking, like more straight jab, boxing. He's not just going to throw these looping like haymakers like Usman does. And then if Usman's not doing that, he's going to try to grapple. And that's it. That's what it is. So, yeah. I mean, under over, I wouldn't even fuck with that right now. 2.5 at minus 210. These guys are too big for me to feel awesome about like an over 2.5 at minus 2 something, So, yeah, we'll split there. Next up, we got the chicks. Yeah, here we go. Got Luana Carolina Dread versus Lucy Udalova. This is a interesting sketch, low-level fight. You got Luana Carolina, or Carolina as they call it in Brazil. 10-4. She's 31 years old, man. She's on a little streak, bro. Two fight win streak. She beat Julia Stoliarenko and Ivana Petrovic. Like, okay, that's a nobody. But she has fought people that are decent. Joanne Wood, Molly McCann, but she lost to both of them. And then she beat Lupita Godinez by decision. If you guys, got to remember that. I think that's a pretty meaningful win. And then she's most actually infamous for that knee bar that Ariana Lipski got on her. So that's why people thought she wasn't very great. But, I think she's actually has some power, pretty decent, has the experience. So, going into it, it's easy, I think, to think of her as being like someone that I would lean on. But Lucy Pudilova here, 14-9, 2 losses. This is her second stint, but she's never been finished as far as knockout. But she most recently lost to Eileen Perez and Jocelyn Edwards by split. so a little sketch there. She did beat Yanan Wu back in 2022. So that was like probably her most notable win before, like at her way back in the day, like 2020 and 2018 and 2020. Look at this. Liz Carmouche, Irene Aldana, like she's fought some people like that have some names. Lena Landsberg, she lost to him. But you've been in the octagon. I think the experience definitely helps when you fight good competition. So that's the only thing kind of holding me back from betting Luana Carolina. She's probably around pick'ems, like minus 110, minus 115 right now. And Lucy's about the same, like minus 105, minus 110. So that's the only thing kind of holding me back on this. So I think Carolina, even at plus money, if you could wait on that. But I'm just holding off because Pudilova, this is like a spot for her. It's like she's so bad that it's like, like she could still beat someone else that's not that great, and she has the grappling advantage by far. Oh shit.
I don't know. She could just be like the Agapova, just like on the way out, bro. Like I said, she could just be like, that's what people were saying about the Maria Agapova the last fight. I just think, Luana's still, like you said, is on a good little streak. This girl's been in and out of the UFC. Women fights are a sketch, but I'm going to have to go with Dredd.
Yeah, if it stays standing, I think Dredd all day, Like I think she's going to be able to start striking. Speaking about the Agapova fight, that shit was weird. You know how her mouthpiece fell out when she got choked up and then she tapped out? Before that, the whole time they were grappling, her mouthpiece was already looking like too big for her, or she was too tired of breathing, and shit wasn't even in right. So that whole thing maybe had something to do with her being homeless at one point. Like just like having the resources and money to provide basic things. Like maybe she didn't have a mouthpiece. Like that was right fitting. So interesting thoughts. But yeah, next up, man, we got Loic Razabov against Trey Ogden. Loic 18-5. He's about a minus 150 or so favorite here. Let's see if he moved. He's currently a plus 100 on Bet Online, and then Trey Ogden's a minus 120. Trey Ogden, man, Mr. like normal regular fighter. Like he's just like
who did he win in his last fight? It was the JSP guy.
Yeah, he's never knocked out or been knocked out, but last time he beat was Kirk Holloway. Yeah. That's not were you thinking about Brad Katona?
Yeah, I forgot who the GSP guy just fought, or JSP.
Oh, Jonathan Pierce. That was another. I don't think he ever fought him. Yeah. But before that, he lost to no contest to Nicholas Mota, and then he lost to Bahamondes by decision, and beat Daniel Zellhuber, who's like damn near another version of Bahamondes. Then you had and then lost to our boy the Monkey King Jordan Levitt by split with the splits.
Mm-hmm.
Hit the splits, so your pants might rip. But yeah, man, this is an interesting matchup. I think UFC does pretty good matchmaking here. Your boy Loic right here, he's also 30, looking 40. All around, great fighter. He beat pretty much like Al Sawadi, Al Sawadi by finishing the third round, and then before that he lost to Rebecki by knockout. Which Rebecki's pretty awesome. You guys may have seen him on PFL back in the day. So that's where he came from, man. When PFL just started getting popped in 2021, he was one of the guys there, man. This is an interesting fight because I know there's money being going on Trey Ogden. He's like the more consistent fighter, very decently well-rounded, and I know like Loic's more like he's supposed to knock him out, but I don't think he's gonna knock out Trey Ogden, so that's the only thing holding me back. But value-wise, there might be value on Loic here, man. Now that he's plus 100, before as a bigger favorite, I could see like, I don't trust him, right? I think he opened at minus 160, 150 or something like that. But now, plus 100, I might be interested. I'm going to wait a little more. If it goes to bigger plus money, I might be interested. The only thing is you got to watch out for, hopefully he doesn't have like staff or any of that thing. I know it's random I said that, but he's been a culprit of being sick before, not like saying anything, going into a fight. So, who do you like here, man?
Man, I'm gonna have to go with I don't know. It's actually gonna be. It's like a close fight. Trey Ogden, he's kind of boring with his fights. The other guy seems like he got more action. He's beat some good people like Rebovics and shit like that. But I don't know. Maybe Trey might just slow it down and make it boring. So I'm just go with the white boy.
Yeah, the over is 2.5 at -215. That might be a good piece. And then some props. Looking into here, I'm looking at if you like Trey Ogden by points, it's about +150. It's not that juicy. So maybe just the money line's fine because I think he could sub him. He could be Loic that way as well. On the other end of the spectrum, I mean, Loic by decision is also likely. It says +180, so I don't like that either. I just think if you get plus money on Loic as a whole, because someone might get finished in here, even though they usually don't get finished. It is a smaller cage, but we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I lean Raza bitch here. Bitch. Next up, okay, we got my Miranda Maverick versus Dione Barbosa. Obviously Maverick, she was scheduled to fight Tracy Cortez, right? Originally on this card, but now they have her just moving down. She kind of got jet TBH. Yeah, she was gonna headline a card, and now it's like she's not even on like the top. Like this is not even the main card, bruh.
For real.
She got played. But yeah, she's gonna have to prove herself. She's -210 right now. Dione Barbosa's +180 taking short notice fight. Barbosa, let me show you guys here because you might have seen her before. She is 32-year-old, starting her UFC career a little late. She's purely BJJ submission type of chick, but she will throw some haymakers, but she's never knocked anyone out. She's always been the sub person. You remember her from fighting Ernesta. She beat Ernesta on at UFC 301. And then before that, she was Contender Series. So, man, here's the thing for me, man. I'm going Miranda Maverick. I think Miranda Maverick's younger. She's been getting better. Her grappling is there. I think she could try to stay safe as much as she can because I think her hands are not great either on the feet, but I think it's a lot better than Barbosa's. So if it starts staying standing, I think Miranda Maverick is going to be able to do some stuff there. Her cardio is proven, I think. She's always in great shape. She's a strong girl, and she's so young that she's still been – you seeing the improvement every time she steps in there. And she's very intelligent, right? So that's another thing that, we can't really quantify is her IQ, and she is, like, literally book smart and all that type of, like, book nerd. I think she's a lawyer, right? Like she's getting her degree while she's fighting, like her early UFC fights. Not like I'm talking about like a grad degree, not a undergrad. So good for her, man.
Nah, yeah, Miranda Maverick, she's been doing it for like a while. Has been a prospect for a minute. Always comes up short in fights that you think she should win it easily. Always really sketch fights with her, but she's like the more technical fighter. But yeah, we'll see. That's who I'm picking too, but she's one of those that's that could just blow it. She's a parlay buster for sure.
Yeah, Miranda Maverick by decision is the most likely outcome at -125. I mean, you could kind of fuck with that.
What's the other chick by submission?
+700. That's the way I would probably look if I was going Barbosa at +700. Now you're looking at some value compared to the +180.
Man, I had Rose side bet plus submission on Tracy. Like it was +800. I was like, when she had her mounted, I was like, let's go, and then she couldn't get it. Tracy's tough.
Tracy's durable still, man. Got her lashes beat off. And
man, that was hilarious.
Let's see where the money's really going on this real quick. I was interested. Yeah, it's been Maverick open around a -175 or so, and now it's at 210. I'm gonna bet it. Yeah, after the show, I'm jumping on. I'm jumping on the wagon, bro. Fear the Maverick, and also she sells pickles. So if you're into that, you can hit her up.
Side hustle, man. Maverick.
Yeah. Tell him the SmokeOut sent you for some pickles. Next up, we got Brian Keller against Cody Gibson. Man, this is an interesting ass fight, man. Two kind of old guys. Brian Keller, you guys remember this guy? His name's Boom because he's into just straight up throwing haymakers. But he's on this is last leg, bro. Last 3 fights, losing streak. Lost to Cody Garbrandt.
He's lost to some solid people, man. I mean, look, Umar, Mario Batista, those aren't people to.
Mm-hmm.
Those aren't slouches. And then former champ, so. But I feel like he's just gonna be crushed by another Cody because this guy Cody, he's always durable, but like I feel like this is the perfect fight for him to win, like to get a dub.
Hey, I'm on the same wavelength here, man. Cody Gibson, he is going to be, I believe, the favorite here. He's minus 190 right now. Keller is plus 165. I mean, obviously the level of competition, Gibson's not as good in that part, but he hasn't had as many fights. But I mean, the people he's fought are decent though. You know, he's lost to Miles Johns and Brad Katona, and then he lost to Ray Borg like back in Eagle FC. That one's a little sketch, but you know, Ray Borg was invigorated in Eagle FC at the time. John Dodson, like he's fought some decent competition, just not on the same level as Keller. But yeah, I think rightful favorite here. I just think the way that Keller can win are ways that are unlikely, like knockout, right? Like finish. Like I think Cody Gibson is one of those like crazy guys that are durable that will be like zombie mode if he has to.
And I'm pretty sure he got like the length on him, right? And the height.
Yep, he's 5'10". He is 36 years old as well, and he's just as
they're both old though.
2-fight win streak. Keller's older for sure, but yeah, 37. But Keller's been in here longer, like you said, right? Like as far as UFC experience, things like that. So yeah, man. I mean, of course he's live, but I just think, you know, for my money, I like Gibson at minus 200 or better. So at minus 190, I'm kind of feeling that one. Next up, man, we got a little bit of Yellow Bay excellence. Haider Emil against Jong Young Lee. This is a great matchup too, man. Undefeated, 34 years old, man. Banger. This guy just made his debut against Fernie Garcia and finished him, looking better than he did even in the Contender Series.
Yeah, man.
Boy.
Yeah, Jong Young Lee, the Korean Tiger.
Oh yeah, this guy's 11-1, 28 years old, also never been finished. And he's looking to the upstate Blake Builder.
Who's that?
You remember this guy, Blake Builder? This is the guy.
Oh,
this guy, another prospect who's actually on a 2-fight losing streak though. But he's a prospect. And then before that was like dudes like rode from FC guy with one name, Yiza. You know what I'm saying? Look at all these guys. Si Young Kim, Ho Jung Kim, Kun Yu Choi.
Some young guy.
But I mean, he is a beast, man. I'm not touching this right now.
Damn, yeah, they got the Haider at plus 160. I gotta rock with the San Francisco.
Yeah, and the money's actually been coming
San Francisco, baby.
Yeah. Looks like he opened around a plus 175 dog, and now he's like you said plus 160 or so. So a little bit of money on him. I mean, I think this is going to be a lot closer, and so I do lean on the Haider as far as plus money goes. But I mean, if this was all things equal, like a pick'ems, I mean, I'm definitely going Jung Young Lee as far as technicality, younger fighter, you know, that type of stuff. But Emil's a dog, bro, and he's durable too, and he's willing to fight and put it and lay it all on the line. So I think for plus money, I'm gonna lean on Haider as well.
Yep.
Bay Area,
for sure. Hello,
man. We got more Yellow Excellence fight. We got Do Ho Choi versus
Bill Algeo, man. This is crazy. I've seen this name right here. That's why I had to interrupt you. My bad. This fool hasn't fought in like forever. Like, what's going on? Do Ho Choi, like, he was a big. Yeah, he was a big prospect for a minute. Had that crazy, insane fight that actually got what's this shit they call? They put it in the Hall of Fame. Him versus Cub Swanson, and like he had to disappear on that Korean Army shit, I guess, and he's never been the same since.
Yeah, that's the story of all these like South Korean fighters. Is like because you have to join the military at a certain age, like you take away your prime years of like athleticism. And that type of stuff. So especially for the athletes, but he's 14-4. The Korean Superboy, He's 33 years old now, 3-fight losing streak. But yeah, he's a knockout guy mostly. Most recent fight he had was a draw against Kyle Nelson. But before that, like you said, he had this fight canceled in 2021. So before that, his last fight was 2019 against Jourdain, then Jeremy Stevens or Cub Swanson, Jeremy Stevens, and Charles Jourdain, where he all lost and gotten finished mostly. So crazy. Bill Algeo, man, this shit is real interesting. Bill Algeo, 1-fight losing streak, 35 years old, actually the older guy. He lost to Kyle Nelson by getting knocked out, the Canadian dude that always upsets people, and then beat Alex Hernandez. And then before that, he beat TJ Brown and lost to Andre Philly by split.
Senor Perfecto, what's his name? Yeah, I got to go with Algeo on this just because the inactivity and then like the fall off of Doo-Hoo Choi for sure.
Yeah, man, we got Algeo. He is the favorite at -170 right now. And Doo-Hoo Choi is a plus 145. Let me see if I can find where it opened at. Yeah, a little bit of money, not too crazy here. But Bill Algeo opened like around -160 or so, and now he's won -170. So no, nothing huge. I mean, for me, Algeo, I mean, obviously rightful favorite. I agree with that part. I just think that for my money, I can't lean on him right now at -170. He does need to bounce back from that Kyle Nelson loss. I'm sure he wants to. But I think Doo-Hoo Choi is a dog here, man. He's going to be able to put up a real good fight, and I think he's going to fight for your money. So I lean that way. I'm not firing anything yet because it is kind of sketchy. All the things that you brought up on that Asian guy side is, the dude barely fought, bro, and it's hard to simulate that exact same thing. So it's hard for me to like jump all over it. And he should be the dog, Next up, we got Cody Durden against Bruno Silva. Cody Durden here and Bruno Silva, I think, is around a pick'ems. Yeah, Durden's a slight favorite, like -120, 115, but about a pick'ems here, and Bruno Silva plus 100. This is interesting, bro. Durden's one of those, like, he's like, he looks like Cody Brundage's little brother or something. He's 16-5, 33 years old, though. Never been knocked out, real durable guy. He most recently lost to Tagir Ulanbekov. But before that, look at who he's beaten, bro. Jake Hadley, Charles Johnson, who now looks way raw, and Carlos Mota, and then JP buys whatever. And he only lost to Mokayev, and then Jimmy Flick back in 2020. But I think he's got a lot better than, against Jimmy Flick was like his second fight, it looks like. So, and I remember that flying triangle was crazy. And then you got your boy Bruno Silva here. Oops. Bulldog here, 13-5, 34 years old, going on 40. He's an all-around guy. He most recently beat Tyson Nam by rear naked choke in 2023. And before that, he's finished kind of weaker competition, Victor Rodriguez and JP Buys. But then also has fought in Tagir as well and lost by decision in David Dvorak.
It's gonna be a hard fight, but I think I'm gonna have to go with Cody Durden.
Yeah, man, the UFC is, I got to give it to them, man. Some of the matchups they're putting in there is very, very tight and very good matchups. That's why their odds are always usually like decently close compared to like Bellator or PFL or all that shit. And it looks like there's been a little bit of money on Bruno Silva. He opened as a slightly bigger dog, and I can see why. Like as an underdog, I can see why you would, think it's worth the shot because this guy's a big time finisher, well-rounded guy. But I'm with you. I lean Durden here. I think at Pick'ems, you're gonna get the slightly younger guy, but also a guy that he's been getting better every time he has fought, and I think he just has the better competition here. So, but really good matchup, man. So it's hard for me to kind of fire all in right now with anything. What else we got here? We got Kurt Hollabaugh against Kenan Kruszewski, or however you want to say his name.
That's crazy. They got Hollabaugh on the main card after he lost to the dude on the prelims.
Shit's all man. You might as well move Miranda Maverick up because You
Who's the other guy?
Oh, the guy he's fighting?
Yeah, because Holloway, we kind of know what we getting from him. You know, kind of just a journeyman. Like he's just in
37 years old.
OG, be taking L's like the same. He was on a little streak, but then yeah, the way he lost to Trey Ogden, like he couldn't. If he didn't keep it standing, he couldn't do nothing. You know, you got to get better. So he's just gonna bring it. He's just like a zombie.
Crazy guy, Yeah, and then you got this boy who's looking real good. So it does make me suspicious on the line here, but. Yeah, he's also not super young, but he's young to UFC. 33 years old here. He just lost his last fight again to Elvis Brenner by knockout. So that one's a little sketchy, but it was his debut fight. So, he's probably not as durable as the zombie here with Kirk Holloway. Yeah. But at the same time, man, I just think he has room to improve. And Kirk Holloway, it is, like you said, it is what it is.
But I feel like the way now I'm looking at this record like that, and like the way you said he lost in his last fight by overhand left, that's first round. That's kind of rough. This might be a fight where Holloway can try to bully him and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he definitely can try to overpower him because he's going to try to have to walk him down.
Yeah,
for sure. And the money's kind of agreeing with what you're saying here. It looks like Holloway, there's a tiny bit of money or movement. He was a little bigger of a dog, about plus 120, 125. Now he's about plus 110. So for me, I like the Krzyzewski side, but I'm going to wait because I think if he becomes like closer to a Pick'ems or, even plus 100, that I'd be kind of interested in that. As far as the under-over, man, I like this over right here. Over 1.5, minus 205. It's catching my eye as well, because both these guys, they do finish their fights, but like you said, they're a lot more durable in what it says. That last fight, Elvis Brenner catching dude, is also, to me, gives us value on going on the over now, because you get the recency bias built in of someone that literally just got finished in the first round. So they're going to build that into the line. So for me, I like the over as well. But yeah, man, these are great matchups. This card might be better than I thought it was. I was ready to hate on this card because, like, as much as I love Verna, like, why is she headlining?
Yeah, that's wild. But what's Holloway by knockout on that one?
Holloway by knockout, let's see, is plus 385. Some value there, bro. I think that's a good look too, because if you like Holloway, I think that's his likely path to victory. Like, he's going to be the man finishing up. Krzyzewski by decision is plus 280, kind of the most likely outcome of him. I mean, that's still a lot better than what the line is right now. So maybe sprinkle on that if you like the Krzyzewski side. But yeah, I think you got to look at the knockout and Holloway side. I think that's the way he's going to be able to do it. Next up, man, we got Steve Garcia. What's up, Steve? Against Soo Woo Choi. More yellow excellence, man. Boy's name is Sting, bro. Let's start with him because his name is Sting. Named after his favorite artist, not his favorite wrestler. But yeah, we got 11-6. He looks young, but he's 31 years old. He's never subbed anyone, so he's a knockout decision type of guy. He's going to be striking. Most recently beat Jarno Aarons by decision, but before that, lost to a few people: Mike Trezano, Josh Culibao, and your boy Alex Caceres.
Leroy. Oh, he beat Erosa though.
Yeah, he beat Erosa and Yosef Zalal, which those wins actually are aging pretty good right now, present day, in my opinion. So, and then before that, he's even fought Evloev, Gavin Tucker. He lost to them, but I mean, you lasted all rounds with Evloev. Well, people complain that he's kind of boring, right? That's only one of the things on him. We were talking about that, I think, last pod. But next up, or sorry, not next up, but next person, Steve Mean Machine Garcia, 15-5, 32 years old, man. He's on a little streak as well, but he's also a knockout guy. This is going to be possibly fight of the night. Someone's getting a bonus in this fight, I think. Costa, Bezecal Costa, the guy with vitiligo, that was the most recent guy that he knocked out.
No, he's been sleeping shit lately.
Yeah, then he knocked out Shyla Nurembeki, and then he finished up Chase Hooper. Man, this guy, the only guy he lost to here was most recently Mahasheti back in 2022 on a counter right first round. But hey, this guy is he's throwing hands, bro. This is a Go UFC, man. This is a good matchup. Like I said, possibly fight of the night. Where's the line at right now? Looks like Steve Garcia is minus 145. Soo Woo Choi plus 125. The under-over's at 1.5 rounds with the under being minus 185. That's crazy. They already know. It looks like someone's about to go to sleep. That's kind of scary, but I don't like betting under 1.5 at minus like almost 200 though. That part sketches me out. But who do you like here, man? This one's a tough one.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the Mexican American Steve Garcia. He's been in there scrapping lately and ride the wave.
Ride the wave. Yeah, I'm with you here, man. I just think both guys are going to come out swinging, decently durable, but between the two, I'm going to trust Steve Garcia's chin a little more. But obviously, this is going to be like squeeze your butthole type of fight because somebody might be going down at any point with a counter hook, counter strike. So we'll definitely see her. As far as props, I mean, either side, both. The knockout for both guys are the favorite, the most likely outcome in the prop. So I don't even see a lot of value in that. Just if you feel strongly about a side, go that side. As far as where the money's going, looks like Steve Garcia is seeing a little bit of money, which I kind of agree with. And I think he should be around that 150 range, minus 150. So Steve, bro. Next up, oh man, we got our boy's favorite fighter. Shout outs to Weez. Brad Tavares.
Yeah, it's the co-main event.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. Against Jun Young Park, the Iron Turtle. Another great fucking matchup here. Like great mid matchup.
Great mid fight, yeah.
Yeah. Like this is great mid stuff, bro. 36-year-old already, but hey, still looking good. Pause. He most recently lost to Gregory Rodriguez.
That was kind of bad. I think that was maybe his first time getting knocked out, or am I tripping? I forgot.
Oh no! Before that, he did get knocked out by Bruno Silva with knees and punches in the first round. But he's fought the who's. You know, like I mean, we don't have to name them all because you can see here, like his resume, win or lose. Like these are the guys that have been around. You know, and he's fought in multiple weight classes on top of that. So he is kind of on his last leg as far as like he's only going up in weight, right? Like this fight is at 185. Yeah, 185.
Yeah, he's been at 185 all his last fights.
Yeah, he's just this. And don't get me wrong, like I know Jun Young Park is not sexy, you know, type of fighter. Also, pause. 33 years old, like he's on a one fight losing streak against Muniz on a split decision, which some could argue. I feel like Muniz didn't win that one. But he's been in there with all the decent mids, you know, like this is mid on mid. And if you're saying who's better mid on mid, what are the odds here though? Before I start going off on this,
they both got finished by Hobo Cop.
Brad Tavares is the underdog though at plus 155 and Junior Park's minus 180. That does vary on the equation a little bit for me, but I agree with it. The money's been coming in on Jun Young Park. He was like a minus 160 and now minus 180. I think he should be probably around the minus 200 mark. So I think I'm going to go with Jun Young Park, man. Jun Young Park by – man, hey, let me see if he's done any submissions. When's the last time he got a submission? Yeah, on a few people. Interesting, bro. And you got what is it? Brad Tavares. Has he ever gotten submitted? He's never been submitted though. So that's one thing that we gotta say. But I don't know. First time for everything, right? Like we've seen so many people that never been knocked out get knocked out, right? So many people never been submitted get submitted. I just think the Jun Young Park submission plus 900. It looks like right now. Maybe I just think it's mispriced. I just think it shouldn't be that big of a plus money. So I might have to put a little tiny bit, but I like Jun Young Park here. Yeah, how about you, bro?
Yeah, I like the Lefty J's, the Island, Brad Tavares. So I got to go with the Hawaiian. Even though I could see that, I feel like I will sprinkle like a little bit on that submission, my part. Because he's rear naked choke 3 fights in a row. And Even though I think that's what I meant to say. I don't think Brad Tavares has ever been submitted.
No, he has not. Yeah,
There we
that's
go.
why
what I meant.
it's priced that much. You know, so you
And-
got to know going into it, he's never been subbed, right? So he is a pretty good, decent like wrestler. Like he clinches well against the fence.
Yeah.
Like he does that stuff well. But so does the Iron Turtle. Like, and Iron Turtle is probably named that too because he be backpacking fools a lot of times. So I'm just saying it's live for the price. If you like the Brad Tavares side, I also think Brad Tavares by KO at plus 600 is live. You know, like I'm not putting it out of the question that Brad Tavares could knock the fuck out of the Iron Turtle. You know what I'm saying? Like he got power.
Yeah.
Tavares got power. When's the last time he was at Junior Park? And he's been knocked out before. When's the last time he got knocked out? Yeah, Hobo Cop knocked him out, like you said. That was a while ago, but still, you know, that was how he loses. But yeah, let's go. Next fight, the main event. I couldn't wait. Amanda Lemos against Verna Jandiroba. Verna with the V. Yeah. Hey, this is an interesting headliner. I can't believe this. Lemos, I mean, you guys know her, 14-3, 37 years old already, bro. But she's been championship contention. You know, I don't know, rightfully so or not. But most recently, she beat Mackenzie Dern by decision, which is pretty big.
This is beating the brakes off her, and then Dern was coming back.
Yep, lasted 5 rounds with Zhang Wei Li, even though she was getting her ass beat, but she lasted, right? So she's durable, you know that.
Yeah.
And then before that, she beat Marina Rodriguez, man. She beat Watterson. I mean, she's only lost to Andrade and whoever. We won't even count the 2017. That's way too far back. You know, there's a different fighter now. But so, I mean, she got decent competition. But Verna, I think Verna here is a sleeper. Not a sleeper pick because it is a tough matchup. But I think at 20-3, like, she's not sexy. She's already 36 years old. And a lot of people didn't know how long she's been in the game because she came from PFL and shit, you know. But she's been in the UFC long enough now at this point where she's had a tons of fight. Like she's joined the UFC. Look at it right here, 2019, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, was it the PFL? Let me see here. I gotta fact check myself because I did.
Invicta,
like, did I find
Invicta. Yeah, Invicta.
It's
Invicta,
I guess. Invicta, it is. But yeah, man, she's a big grappler. Like that's what she's good at. BJJ, you know, her hands are obviously not something to be desired. Like if this stays standing, there's no competition. Like Lemos is gonna lay the smackdown on Jandiroba's candy ass. Like that's really what it is. But on the ground, I mean, Jandiroba is like a wizard. You know, like she's one of the people that I would say would give Mackenzie Dern like a real run for her money on the BJJ. And those would be like the top 2 girls BJJ people I could think off the top of my head, you know? So this chick's the real deal. As far as that goes, it's just that she's so weak on the striking. Both people are going to be durable, but I mean, Lemos throws heat, you know? And that's the part where I'm just like, you know, as durable as Verna is, I think that if they had like a slap competition as far as like if both people connected, who's going down first, like Verna's going down first. You know what I'm saying? Like Lemos, I don't think is going down like that. Not off a Verna punch, you know, her looping punches, but she lightweight could be like a female cockeyed Khabib style fighting on this. If she could get a grapple of Lemos in this small cage and takes her down, Verna's in great shape. She's got great cardio. She's getting stronger and stronger, even at her older age. Like she's more swole than she was way before when I first started watching her. So, yeah, man, it is tough because I thought I was gonna get Verna as an underdog here, and now it's making me worry. Like, why? You know, like she's just gonna be the favorite, bro. And there's money coming in a little bit on Lemos. Well, not much. I don't see a lot of movement here. But for the culture, for me, you know, I'm going with Verna. She's at minus 135 right now. I think that's okay. But I'm going to wait. I think I can get her for cheaper. Verna by submission. Not a lot of juice on it, but it's at plus 215 or so. But I don't think this goes 5 rounds. I mean, I guess I'm not betting on the total, but the total's at 2.5. with the over at -160. Do you think the over at 2.5 might have some value there out of a 5-round fight?
These chicks are both like durable. Feel me? Not that many people get finished in this weight class. So yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Lemos to me, I'm seeing this as Lemos has to finish this early. Round 1, round 2. Because as the fight goes on, I believe that Jandiroba is going to have the better cardio, in my opinion. So that's the one part where if it goes late, I think Verna could withstand some of the punches as Lemos gets tired. But at the beginning, the heat she's throwing, it's going to be sketch. Lemos KO plus 205. That doesn't sound too bad as well. So, but yeah, has what's her name ever been subbed? Lemos here. Yeah, the argument is also if Mackenzie Dern wasn't able to even like bring her down and take her to the ground, Lemos.
Yeah, but Dern's wrestling and grappling is weak. She's not like, I don't know, it's weird. She got like judo kind of, but when she starts getting beat down, that shit goes out the window.
Hey, it's funny that you say that.
The Verna chick, she could just like, her wrestling's kind of whatever, but she's good at just like the grappling, putting you against the cage, and then try to work from there.
Yeah, like she could chain together moves and positions, whereas Mackenzie Dern, like you said, it's like, bro, how are you the best BJJ artist, but you can't take someone down? Like, what does that even mean, bro? It's useless then.
Well, no, that's
coming to my guard, bro.
That's why some people hate on jiu-jitsu, like, you know what I mean? Because it's like, yeah, you're not just strictly grappling, it's whatever. You're gonna get punched in the face. You're like, oh fuck, and that's what happens with Dern a lot.
Yeah, so, but you got to respect Lemos, bro. Like, Weili's not a submission artist, but she likes to do a lot more grappling, especially in her recent fights.
Yeah, but she's a difference. She's a beast. She's a tank. I mean, she's a different story. She's the who's who. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's levels to this shit. You know, like if these people aren't on that level, I get that. This whole card ain't on that level right now. TBH.
No, for real.
Yeah, I'm going Verna. Do you like Lemos in this? You think she's live?
Yeah, I'm going with Lemos. She's live. I feel like her speed might be able to finish Verna, that sort of thing. But like you said, it might go all 5. It might favor Verna, but also Lemos she can go all 5 too. Like she went all 5 with what's her name? With the champ. You know what I'm saying?
Weili.
Yeah. So
yeah, she's durable. Sure. So that's the thing. There's no way that Verna's knocking out Lemos. Like that part, I don't think is a possibility.
Hey, it's MMA. It's MMA. Anything can happen.
Well, anything can happen, of course. But I'm just saying what I predict. That's I was like what I believe. It's like Verna's only going to win by decision or sub. Like those are the two paths for her. Whereas Lemos, I mean, I don't think Lemos is going to submit Jandiroba in that sense either. So then you admit that it's like by knockout or by points. And as it gets closer to the late rounds, in my opinion, where I think Jandiroba could survive a little more, get better position, and kind of even like just lay down and win by position near the late rounds. Something to look at. I'm probably not going to bet it right yet because I think I'm going to wait on the Verna situation because I do want to see like one her weight cut. Both of these people have had sketchy weight cuts before, especially Lemos. They look pretty drained and they're getting older, you know, in the scale of UFC age. So that's something to look for. Both are masculine lesbians. So that part we ain't got to worry about. I don't think neither of them worry about the kid situation and stuff like that right now. So no new parents there. So we ain't got to worry about that. A couple props I would look at. Verna, and I'm not necessarily firing this, but I'm starting to look into this. Verna on some of the late rounds, like more like round 4, round 5, maybe championship rounds would be crazy because that's like getting into the plus 1,500, plus 2,000, you know, type of sprinkles. And then if you're looking at Lemos, like you said, more like maybe plus 550 on round 1, round 2, plus 800. Because I think that's going to be, or maybe even round 3 is pushing, but that's plus 1,200. But yeah, maybe like a round 1, round 2 type of vibe for Lemos. Oh yeah, but yeah, that's the card for y'all, man. I mean, we got to bounce back here.
What was she by TKO, Lemos?
Lemos by KO was plus 205. That's not bad either, you know. Not terrible. I mean, it's not super juicy, but like I said, I think she could win by knockout. That's kind of, I think, the most likely outcome for her. Because as she gets tired, I don't think just her it's gonna be good for her. Wrestling sucks. Like Verna's just gonna like try to be a leech. Like let's say she does like snot Verna real quick, and that bitch is drowsy. You know, like she's what is she gonna do? She's gonna grapple, right? She's definitely gonna try to grapple to survive. And if she does happen to grab a single leg against the fence, I think she could definitely take her down in desperation and then just try to breathe from there. So that's really what it is. So shout out to my girl Verna. But yeah, we're going best bets here. I mean, y'all could fade them at this point. That's the vibe for me. But maybe I'm due for a nice card here for y'all. You want me to go first, or you want to go first?
Yeah, go ahead. Let him rip.
All right,
loser.
Let's go. What was the early one for me? Oh, I like Miranda Maverick minus 210. I like Miranda Maverick there. Sketchy. Maybe it's just like a whole van situation, or like what's the other one that was sketch? That was around the same odds. Yeah, the Short Kings. Oh yeah, and then I like Cody Gibson minus 190 right now. Gibson minus 190. And then I like I guess I gotta go my girl Verna at minus 135 for now. I'm gonna wait. I haven't fired that one yet, but I will be on that sooner rather than later. We doing 3 or we doing? I might need to catch up, so maybe we do 4.
Yeah, we do 4.
Oh man, Dre. And I guess for the sake of it here, it's gonna be a sketch one. This is a real sketch one. Luana Carolina.
Oh, Dre.
Yeah, minus 115.
That's a dub, bro. She winning.
All right, man. Only you now.
You did 4?
Yeah, I did 4.
All right, I'm gonna do a off the rip straight up bet with Amanda Lemos.
Lemos plus. Yeah, I know.
Also
plus 115.
Also a straight up bet with the San Francisco baby.
Oh,
the party. He's Filipino or what?
I think he's like half. It's one of those, but yeah, he's gonna be at plus 160.
And then a parlay right here with Miranda Maverick and Cody Gibson.
Hey, Gibson. Okay, that's gonna be some plus money.
And then yeah, straight up bet we'll just do this is the 4th one, right? Cody Durden.
He's minus 115 or something right now. Yep, we'll just say 115. Get him. That's a good one. Durden is gonna be on my list. I might probably play him as well. But yeah, man, I'm feeling better about this card. Originally looking into it, I was like, man, this got no name value. You know, I was casual about it because I was like, no name value. Like Verna's headline. But it's like, if you look at all this mid, when you add all the mids together and all compressed together, you know, it makes a decent burger, you know?
You feel me? Like a little old school burger at the cafeteria when you was in school, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like the reason why we go to McDonald's, you know, like you get the brand name, the UFC brand name, but it's just
shout out Saw Jimmy. He's a fiend right now for the Mickey D's.
Hey, man. Hey, the $5 deals are back, man. They're trying to get people to go, even though other places like BK's doing it, and also Wendy's have had that forever, the $5 bag. Like they've had that exact same combo, like cheeseburger, fucking nuggets, drinking fries.
It's not the arches, though.
Yeah, exactly. It's the brand, though. It's not
people
as big.
Love the arch.
But yeah, till next time, y'all. Hopefully we come back with some good news next week. But peace out and freaking smoke out, dude.
Smoke it up.